Wait a minute, come here. What did you call it? Say it loud enough so everyone can hear. Come on, say it.
GARAND.
Ha ha ha! Ha ha!
Hey there, Rednecks, Preppies, Redneck Preppies. It's me, the Redneck Preppy. How you doing today? Great, good. A fun little video today that will, at a minimum, appeal to those who love correcting the pronunciations of others. You know the type. They take a trip to Central America and come back saying how much they loved El Salvador and Managua. In that spirit, I'm going to look at some commonly mispronounced words from the gun world. Let's begin. We're going to start with a controversial one off the bat, carbine. Or is it carbine? I wouldn't be surprised to learn that fist fights have been sparked by this one, and here is the right way to say it. Carbine. And carbine. That's right, folks, as Forgotten Weapons pointed it out in a video years back, either pronunciation is correct. Folks across the big water tend to say carbine, while most in North America, or at least the United States, say carbine. Either way, both pronunciations are valid. Stop the war on this one, folks. Everyone's favorite sniper rifle, the Snajperskaya Wintowka Systema Dragunova Obrazca, colloquially known as the Dragunov. Now, you're free to pronounce it any way you like, but if you want to be proper about it, it's actually pronounced Dragunov. I'm not sure why people decided that the U in the middle of the word should be pronounced as an A, but if you want to be all Russian about it, it's actually an U sound. Now you know. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. The only war as savage as the ones the M1 Garand served in is how to pronounce Garand. Most Americans seem to prefer GARAND because that's what the US military seem to favor. But in reality, if you believe that the primary designer of the rifle knew how to pronounce his own name, you know it's GARAND, rhyming with errand. John Garand himself told us how to pronounce his own name in a letter to American riflemen, and I'm going to go with him on this one. Now, a few years back, I actually made a video addressing this, and during it, I posited that there might be yet another and even more proper pronunciation of his name. You want to hear it? Click on the video link at the top of the screen or in the description below. Now, here's one that I've heard so many different permutations of that it's actually hard to pick which wrong one to spotlight, so I'm not even going to bother. The company best known for its triggers has often had its name pronounced with the elegance of someone chewing a fatty piece of meat. So how do you actually pronounce this company's name? GEISSELE. Yeah, I know. Way too easy for such a spelling. Alright, let's move from controversy to a controversial company, one that famously hates the pores. HECKLER and KOCH, as most people, at least those who don't speak German, would pronounce it. What, that's not how you say the company's name? Nope, it's actually pronounced HECKLER and KOCH. If you want to be anal about it, it's actually HECKLER und KOCH, but let's not be dogmatic today. But yeah, in German, what we pronounce as KOCH is pronounced KOCH. You make your own jokes. Here's one that almost no one outside of the company that manufactures its products pronounces correctly. It's everyone's favorite manufacturer of the stinkiest gun cleaning products that everyone still inexplicably wants a cologne made of. HOPPE'S. Well, no. Actually, it's HOPPE'S. Call the company if you don't believe me, but it really is HOPPE'S. I have to admit, this one actually came as a bit of a surprise to me because I always thought I was pronouncing this famed Finnish ammunition and components companies correctly, but here we are. Everyone pronounces this as La Pua, emphasis on the poo in the middle. Well, how do you actually say it correctly? Well, it's actually Lop. Ooh, ah. The P comes earlier when you pronounce it correctly. I have to admit, it does sound weird to me, and I'm sure people at the gun store will think something is breaking inside of you when you say it correctly. The rifle that shares the name doesn't get much love from most collectors, and that extends to its name as well. Mosin Nagant, right? Well, you got the Nagant part right, but poor Sergei Mosin is disrespected not only every time someone bubbas the left arm of the unfree world, but when they say his name.
Say my name.
It's not Mosin, but Mosin. I know it's bordering on pedantic, but if you want to pronounce it right, you now know how to. Everyone loves this Austrian arms manufacturer. Well, the AUG maybe, because most people can't actually name too many other offerings from the company. Pity really, because they do offer some pretty nice stuff. Anyway, how do you say this company's name? Well, most everyone says STEYR, but if you want to be culturally appropriate, to employ some of the vernacular of today, it's actually STEYR. Again, another one of those that sounds weird to non-Germanic ears, so I don't blame you if you don't ask for a STEYR AUG when you visit the gun store to buy one. Yeah, another German company. I think this is actually becoming a trend. At any rate, best known for their pistols, the company also makes competition rifles. Probably something that not many people are aware of. But people do pronounce the name as Walther. Well, W has a V sound in German, while the TH is pronounced as a T sound. So with all that, you get Walther. I don't know, it doesn't sound as cool that way, does it? Okay, one last one, a historical example to end this exercise in pedanticness. It's arguably the world's first assault rifle, at least by the modern definition that we use, and it's one that outside of Germany probably hasn't been pronounced correctly more than a dozen times since the Second World War. Now, most people say STURMGEWEHR, not surprisingly given its spelling. In German, however, the W has a V sound, so it's actually pronounced STURMGEWEHR. So impress your friends not only with your knowledge about this legendary rifle, but the fact that you sound like a German soldier on the Eastern Front when pronouncing its name. Congratulate yourself. Alright, there you are, a few examples of gun world words that most people mispronounced. There are undoubtedly a million more, not just foreign names, but more than a few English ones as well. There are people who somehow pronounce Burger Bullet's name as anything other than, well, burger. If you have some good examples, feel free to leave them in the comments below. At any rate, I hope you found today's video to be at least mildly entertaining and at least vaguely informative. No matter, though, how you pronounce gun world words, I hope you have a good time at the range next time you're out. You take care, and bye-bye.